What is happening, people? It is Brian, Alsruhe, and by far the most commented comment on the last video is about how much weight I have lost. And yes, that is absolutely true. I've actually lost 50 pounds within the last 6 months. So I was actually at my biggest and my strongest last, probably like June, July, August type of time. That was when I had the East Coast Most Powerful and then the Rumble, those two local competitions, and then it was time to start getting ready for nationals. So during that time, probably in like June type of time, one day I got nauseous. And this is something that I talked about in other videos, so I apologize if you guys heard this before, but one day I got nauseous and I threw up and it never stopped. So here we are over 6 months later, and there has not been a day when I have not thrown up at least once. Most time it's multiple times a day. For the most part, I eat one meal a day, which is dinner, and then a lot of days, if I am extremely nauseous, I don't eat any food at all. Now, I've gone through multiple tests to try to figure out what is wrong. They have absolutely no idea. So at this point, our next step is to look into my brain tumor to see if it is something that's going on with that, because I am still throwing up. Now, you combine that with the fact that I was hurt about 2 months before nationals, and obviously I've been hurt since nationals because I got surgery. So I have not really been lifting that much at all for probably about like 4 or 5 months. So you combine the fact of not eating food, throwing up multiple times a day, and then not lifting weights, and believe me, you will drop a lot of weight very, very fast. I've actually dropped 50 pounds, so there is that. That is what's going on with that, and we're trying to move forward on that, but this video is all about medical updates, so I figured I'd give you guys that update first. The absolute heaviest that I ever was a couple days after the Rumble when I weighed in at 273 pounds, and now the lightest that I've seen on the scale is 218 pounds right now. I'm probably floating in the low 220s. I keep joking with Uncle Nick saying that I'm gonna come down the 200-pound weight class and come for his title, but in reality, now that I'm lifting again, I'm starting to put a little bit weight back on, and I'm forcing myself to eat food. So all good things are moving forward on that. Now, as far as this guy goes, this bump right here, you guys see him? Yep, he's still there. So yesterday, I actually got an ultrasound on it just to see if we could tell if it was actually hardware or a cyst or whatever it was, and the results were inconclusive. So today I need to go get an MRI on my shoulder, which is actually a really good thing, because not only will we find out what this bump is, but then number two, we will also see if I've done any damage to the actual shoulder since surgery, because what I'm going to get into right now is actually my protocol that I was supposed to follow for the rehab of the shoulder, which hasn't really been followed at all. So before I get into this, I just want to say that my doctor did an absolute amazing job, like literally one of the best surgery jobs that could possibly be done. He did an absolutely amazing job. And I've thought long and hard about making this video because I don't want to bash anyone. And I think that the doctor is an amazing surgeon. I just don't think that they understand progression and how to get people back as fast as possible. Because really, when you think about a doctor, their number one thing, other than helping people, is to not get sued, because they get sued so much. It is a completely horrible thing that's going on in our society. However, doctors do get sued a lot. So at the end of the day, they need to cover their butt more than they need to care about how quickly you come back from your surgery or whatever it is that happened. Now, conversely, on my side, all that I care about is getting back as fast as humanly possible. However, what they told me is that for the first 3 months, I needed to keep my sling on. I couldn't lift anything more than 1 pound with this arm. Now, for those of you who do not understand weights, 1 pound is equivalent to a water bottle, just a normal sized water bottle. And I cannot even hold that in this hand. So that means if I'm walking around with a water bottle and I come up to a door, I need to take the water bottle out of my hand, put it on the ground, open the door, pick the water bottle back up, and walk to the door, because I can't put it in this hand. Now, I'm not sure how you live your life, but I kind of explained to the doctor very calmly that that wasn't going to happen. However, it was their argument that it should. And then they told me that from 3 months to 6 months, I could really crank it up and I could lift 5 pounds with this arm. Now, before all this happened, as you guys know, we were doing the gym expansion and we were building this entire area. So there's a lot of stuff that needed to be moved, none of which was going to weigh less than 1 pound. So I ended up just doing what I needed to do for the gym and putting the gym expansion together, hoping that I would not mess up my arm. Now, did I hurt it? Absolutely. Did I hurt it bad enough to re-injure it? I don't know. We'll find out with the MRI. However, I needed to do what I needed to do to get through that, but I was not lifting weights. I did listen to that. However, when someone gives me a protocol and they say, up to 3 months, you can lift 1 pound. From 3 months, 6 months, you can lift 5 pounds. And then at the 6-month mark, you can do whatever you want. And I calmly explained to them that that was not progression. That's not how progression works. That's literally doing nothing so you can be absolutely certain that it's healed. And then you pretty much let the person do whatever they want. But that is not how someone's going to come back quickly. That's how someone's going to get a lot of atrophy, take literally over a year to get back to where they were. So I chose not to listen to it. I would always encourage that you guys listen to your doctors. Do not do what I do. However, with my current situation and what I do, I didn't feel like that was reasonable. They gave me the same protocol as an 89-year-old man would have gotten if he got his rotator cuff fixed. I am not saying that you should not listen to your doctor, but I am saying that there's times in your life when you need to be smart about your own body and you need to be your own advocate for your own healing. But you can't be stupid, because in a situation like this, if I do re-injure this, I will have 15% of use for the rest of my life. So I do need to be super, super careful. That said, you guys did watch the workout video from my last video, and there's absolutely nothing in there that I'm allowed to be doing. When I asked them if I could work lower body, they said yes, but you had to do the leg press. You can't do squats because squats could involve your core, and if you involve your core, then you're probably gonna use your shoulder. At which time I was completely dumbfounded, because I said, you still use your core during the leg press. Do you not understand how the human body works? All the people out there that believe in isolation exercise, you don't isolate anything. There's absolutely no way to make one muscle move independently from other muscles. That's not how muscles work. However, you can do things, take more stress off. However, I did believe that my breathing, my bracing is spot on enough that I can do things like hands-free squats or hands-free deadlifts or whatever the case may be. And I even started doing a little bit of benching and pressing. Now, I went back to the doctor probably about a week ago, and I got cleared to start doing some range of motion stuff. So I can start trying to work my arm through a range of motion and things like that. However, my range of motion is almost back to normal. So I did start doing a little bit of lifting. Now, at this stage, my arm is not healed whatsoever. It's literally still held together with nothing but sutures and a screw that could potentially be sticking out of my arm. So for that reason, I still need to be super, super careful, and I cannot push it. However, I'm driving myself a little bit crazy. I've talked about this with a lot of people in my life, but not being able to have an outlet, the amount of stress that is on a person like me who is a small business owner, who's going through all of the things that I'm going through right now, is absolutely very, very substantial. Like, to the point that that's actually what they think is going on in my stomach, is that it's stress related. I have so much stress on me that my body is trying to tell me to slow down and stop, and that's why I keep throwing up. I don't know what it could or could not be, but a person like that who's under that much stress needs some sort of outlet. And I did pick up wood carving and doing things like that. But for a physical guy like myself, things like lifting or fighting or even hitting a heavy bag or going out and splitting wood and being able to swing a sledgehammer, swing a splitting ball can do a lot for your mental side when you have all this stress on you and you have no outlet. So just being able to get to the gym and lift something has been such a blessing. It's been such a huge encouragement to me, and it actually makes me feel much more like myself, and it just makes me so much happier. So even though I do know there is a certain level of risk, there is a certain level of risk with driving, with brushing your teeth, with whatever. You take those risks, you try to mitigate as much as possible, and then you move on and you try to do what you can to try to get better quick. Now, I am not doing anything serious. All my lifts, even my lower body lifts, which look pretty heavy, are not heavy for me. So I'm just trying to do whatever I can. I am trying to drop back to more of a conjugate type of method because there are so few things that I can do with my one arm, or when I'm limited to what I can do. So I'm just trying to keep it simple, trying to get back to where I was before. And we'll see how well that goes. But I am enjoying the process again, which is absolutely massive and so cool to be doing. But the shoulder is actually getting better. This lump we're gonna find out more about, and the throwing up thing we're just dealing with as we can. Now, if you guys watch the channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I've had a long list of injuries. Not from lifting so much. This is really the only time I've ever gotten a surgery from lifting. And I've lifted for 23 years, so that's a pretty good track record. However, I do a lot of other stupid things in my life where I do end up hurting myself. So I've done things as bad as my leg was paralyzed for 6 months. And even during that time, the doctors still gave me things that I could work on, because for someone like me, when you tell them that there's nothing they can do to better the situation, it definitely spirals you into a bad place. So that's one of the main reasons why I defied the doctor's orders and just decided to do stuff on my own, is because I have never, ever, ever been in a situation where I was so bad off that I could not better my situation somehow through discipline or motion or just trying to get better a little bit every single day. So I figured I would take that same approach that I have to everything else in my life and apply it to my healing, and it seems to be working pretty well. Now, like I said, we'll find out during the MRI whether I've done any other damage, but I really suspect that I have not, because my shoulder does feel pretty good other than the lump. Man, I am so happy to be back lifting and just doing all these things. And guys, I do thank you for all your support through all this. I know videos have been kind of erratic. I keep getting sick. There's just so much going on, and I do blame a lot of that either on stress or my brain tumor, but time will tell. I am getting tests on both of those. Hopefully I can stop going to the doctor soon, because it seems like a good doctor every week for months now. It is just, it's been crazy. So it's been an absolute nuts time, but I am getting better. I think it's been 10 weeks out since surgery. So I have 6 months till I'm officially cleared. So 2 months out of 6, I'm about a third of the way there, which is a lot better than I expected to be at this stage. And I do have the feeling that probably at about month 4, I'm gonna be moving pretty darn well. Hopefully be doing a lot of things that I wouldn't expect to be doing by then, but I'm just gonna keep trying to get better every single day, just like I would encourage to help you guys to get better every single day, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is, you're just always trying to get a little bit better every single day, just like that doorknob video that I put out. Like, never ever go back through your door the same person. Always strive to be a little bit better before you walk back through that door, so you're not the same person who left in the morning. Guys, I do thank you so much for everything. There is gonna be a programming video coming up very soon where I put out a new program for you guys. There are gonna be some strongman stories. I've got a couple things coming up on the back burner, which will hopefully be really good now that I have my voice back. But until I see you guys later in the week, go out, do something amazing, realize, keep working hard, people, be nice to each other. That is what's going on with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the update, and I will catch up with you soon.